Seagram Stadium on a cold and damp afternoon. This is George Hunsberger along with Tom Connolly here to do the Waterloo County Junior Football Championship game of 1993, featuring the Trojans of Forest Heights Collegiate in Kitchener against the defending WCSSAA champions, the Bluevale Collegiate Knights from Waterloo. The Knights are in the maroon-colored tops, the Trojans in the brown uniforms. And to get us off and analyze a bit of what we might expect, fresh from the Bloomingdale Breslau School of Broadcasting, Mr. Tom Connolly. Tom, what's the weather forecast for this afternoon?
George, it's supposed to rain, and right now we see a strong wind coming from whatever end. I'm not sure, at Forest Heights end. And I think the forecast, if it's rain, it would probably favor the running attack. And right now we know that Forest Heights has that slight advantage. Bluevale like to balance it up with a little bit of pass as well, but Carmichael's team has played in all kinds of weather conditions, and they are both 8-0, so we are in for an exciting afternoon.
So we have two strong teams, two undefeated teams getting here. Could you very quickly, just before we have a kickoff, Tom, tell us how Forest Heights got to this championship game?
Well, as I said before, George, they are 8-0, and in the quarterfinals they beat Waterloo Oxford, and they went on to beat the very talented Grand River Collegiate in the semis. I think it was 20-7. Bluevale, on the other hand, are also 8-0, and they beat Glenview Park in the quarters, and then finished off Galt Collegiate in a very exciting game.
And with the opening kickoff of the game, we're underway. Ball's deep, fielded by Jonathan Bonert. And the return is out to about the 32 or 33 yard line of the Bluevale Collegiate Knights. It'll be first down, Bluevale on their own 33. Tom, is there a size differential at all in these two teams?
Kevin Adams states that their success is largely due to their huge line, and I think they're well over 200 pounds is the average. As a matter of fact, only one person on the line is under 200 pounds, so I got to give them the edge in size.
And them, of course, is the Forest Heights Junior Trojans.
That's
in
correct.
That situation.
We're about to see them right now.
Well, Bluevale's out over the ball. Offensive center, Andrew Schwartz will snap the ball to Mike White at quarterback. And the first play is a little pitch type action out to Rishi Prasad over the right tackle. It's a gain of about 5 yards, and we'll be 2nd and 6. In the Waterloo County League, we play 4-down football with 10 meters being the so-called yardstick measurement for a first down. The ball is spotted actually is about a 3-meter gain, so we're 2nd and 7. Andrew Schwartz over the ball again. Mike White up behind him calling signals. Play action right. And the pass intended for Jonathan Bonert is incomplete.
Looked like Jonathan stopped running the pattern there for a second. He was open and then slowed down. Nice looking play action pass though. They went with motion, George, and it didn't look like the defense reacted to the motion, so I'm wondering how Carmichael will adjust to that.
Tom, we have 3 starters back from Bluevale. Their championship team of last year on offense, and 3 starters on defense. Play action left this time. The handoff goes to Rishi Prasad over the left end. There's a gain of another 3 meters approximately. So it would appear to be a 4th down situation. On the replay here, you'll see Rishi Prasad taking the handoff.
Good reaction by number 43.
Being thumped pretty soundly by John Harlock, the defensive captain of the Junior Trojans. We're 4th down here and about 5 meters to go, so it would seem to be a punting situation for the Bluevale Junior Knights, the first punt of the ball game. The snap is good, and the punt is away. It's fielded by number 4 of the Trojans. That's Ishak Sashu, and a nice return of about 15 meters. And the Trojans will take over the ball right around the center field line, or just a yard or so on the Bluevale side of center field.
George, an excellent kick there into the wind. Makes a big difference.
You'll see the punt being caught here by Ishak Sashu.
Looks like they're setting up a wall there.
Pretty good pursuit by Bluevale, with the tackle being made by number 30, Chris Scott. Now in their power I formation, their triple I, we have Forest Heights for the first time with the ball this afternoon. First play is a dive straight up the middle. Real good yardage.
Really impressed the way the backs that weren't getting the ball continued the fake. Makes a big difference to freezing some linebackers.
Well, we've got a chance here, Tom. We should mention that Kevin Springall is the offensive center for Forest Heights, number 91. Bob Seafried is number 69 at left guard, and Brian Bryan, number 55 at right guard. Fumble on the snap this time, and a recovery by the quarterback.
The fumble by number 1, Nick Maxwell.
You can see Nick Maxwell taking the snap, or attempting to take the snap from Kevin Springall that time. It was not a good snap, or there was a mistake in the exchange anyway. Nick Maxwell, by the way, is the younger brother of the senior quarterback of the football Trojans this year at Forest Heights. To continue with the starting lineup, the running backs for Forest Heights are Paul Gibson, number 39, Jamie Petrasco, number 49, and the man with the ball now, Jeremy Lewis, number 29.
Nicely executed sweep. And we have first down.
On the replay here, Tom, I think you see just Jeremy Lewis cutting upfield, and a nice tackle being made on the play by number 43. Oops, and I just lost my sheet here. Looked to be number 41, Wes Farrar. Trojans on a march with a first down. Straight dive play to number 39, Paul Gibson. And this one is stoned entirely by the Bluevale defensive line.
Good pursuit by the defense.
Looked to me like number 73, Jeremy Steffler, might have been the key man there, along with number 52, Mike Selberg.
Caught him for a loss. Forest Heights doesn't throw very often in these situations. They've got the wind at their back.
Bluevale certainly looks to be playing the run here with 10 men up close. Off tackle play to number 49, the second man, Jamie Pietrasco, the offensive captain of the Forest Heights Trojans.
Nice crosswalk action there. Jamie's in his third year of junior football. He plays offense also, key position as monster back.
So we have some two-way players on the field, as well as some boys who just go on the offense or the defensive team. We have third down and about 5 meters to go for the junior Trojans. The pitch goes wide action to Jeremy Lewis again this time. The fill coming from Wes Farrar, and a nice open field tackle by Wes Farrar.
Bluevale defense really strung that play out nicely. It looked like it was setting up for a big gainer and good fill.
Here we are on the replay. You can see the tackle, a tough open field tackle made by number 41, Wes Farrar. We're in the fourth down situation for the junior Trojans here. Fourth down, about 2 meters to go. The ball is on the 35-yard line of the junior Knights.
Looks like they're not going to take any chances here, George. The ball game's too early. Oh, they are.
Fake, and here we go. It'll be very, very close to a first down, and I think we might see our first measurement of the game here.
They came to play.
Replay will show us as we take the quick snap.
Direct snap, one of the halfbacks, and it looks like they didn't make it.
The tackle is made by number 54, Malcolm Bartlett of the junior Knights. It's not a first down. Trojans and the Bluevale Knights take over on their own 34-yard line.
The gamble didn't pay off, and we'll see if Bluevale can turn this into something for themselves.
So far, Tom, the footing does not look to be a factor on the field. Sweep action right, hand off to the second man, and it's Rishi Persad, who cuts back nicely out to the 45-yard line, but we have a flag on the play.
Could be holding. Nicely executed play.
No explanation yet as to what's happening here. Okay, I guess we missed it, and there was a holding call on the play, and the penalty goes against the Bluevale Junior Knights. That'll make it a first down repeated, and 20 meters to go.
second and 20.
There you go.
Play again. Rishi Prasad taking the handoff. Good block by Jonathan Bonert, but no sign of holding in that replay. So obviously we missed it. First down, 20 meters to go for the Bluevale Junior Knights. Play action pass.
Right down the middle. Oh, geez. Good defensive move by number 11.
Excellent defense by number 11, Ash Mohammed of the Junior Trojans. Looked to be beaten at first, recovered nicely, deflected the ball away very, very well.
Second and third and 20.
We're now at second down and 20 meters to go for the Junior Football Knights of Bluevale Collegiate.
Ash Mohammed leads the team with 5 interceptions and almost picked that one off too.
Play action right, pitch out right to Jonathan Bonert. And then good open field tackle by number 43 again, the captain, John Harlock.
Bonert got the ball behind him. Could have turned it up a little bit. He had a good block for the outside, but continued to go outside, and they strung it out.
On the replay, Tom, you'll see the pitch action right, and the pitch is a little behind Jonathan Bonert, and that may have cost them any chance of a gain on that play.
Small things like that make a big difference.
Well, the Knights are now faced with a third and 22 meters to go. Triple flankers right this time, and Mike White drops straight back. It's a draw play to Rishi Prasad. He cuts out hard to the right, and it's a nice gainer, but it'll be leaving them, the Bluevale Knights, with the fourth down situation and about 9 meters to go.
George, really impressed with the running strength of Prasad. He keeps running this way. Something's going to happen this afternoon for that young man.
Tom, Rishi is a third-year player. He's a grade 11 student. Started last year as a wide receiver with the Junior Knights, and this year has moved into the running back spot. He's also an outstanding basketball player, and believe it or not, was on the junior national Canadian team for cricket. Very versatile young man, Rishi Prasad.
Good combination, cricket and football.
Some logic there somewhere, I'm sure. Punt away.
Again, an excellent kick.
Into that win, caught again by number 4, Ishak Sashu.
Good defensive pursuit.
See if we can pick off the open field tackler there by Bluevale.
Good snap. No pursuit by the defense at all. It looks like they're setting a wall up here again. They're falling back.
It'll be first and 10, Forest Heights Trojans of the Bluevale 53.
The punter for Bluevale, by the way, is number 62, Brett Schott. He's done a good job of kicking into that win so far. Same field position for the Trojans as last time. Hand off to the second man, and this is number 49, Jamie Pietrasco again. Sort of a crossbuck action. Jamie would seem to have picked up approximately 5 or 6 meters on the play. The gain is 6.5 meters. Second down, Forest Heights, 3.5 meters to go. Ball on the Bluevale 46-yard line. Straight handoff to the first man. The first man is Paul Gibson, number 39, and he is stopped cold by the middle of that Bluevale defense.
As far as Kevin Adams is concerned, they're going to win the game, lose the game up the middle. They're a huge center. I don't think I've ever seen a center as big as this young man. Goes 265.
As we mentioned earlier, Tom, there's only one boy on that on the offensive and defensive lines of Forest Heights who's under 200 pounds. An absolutely huge, size-wise, junior football team.
Bluevale's holding their own, though. They've stopped every march at this point, and this is a big down coming up.
Forest Heights has the ball on the Bluevale 45-yard line. I guess we better decide whether we're going to call them yards, meters, or whatever. Ball on the 46-yard line, and it's third down and about 4 yards to go for a Forest Heights first down. Power I formation again. Flanker right is George Bernard.
Little motion.
Flag on the play. The ball is stopped cold. The running back is stopped cold by the Bluevale defense again. But we'll have to wait and see the flag situation here.
Both teams seem a little tight with some key flags coming in key situations.
Tom, I'm quite impressed by the play of the inside linebacker for Bluevale at this point, number 49, Skip Weber. He's attacking on most plays. The other linebacker at this point is number 62, Nino Arasinen, a boy who started as a defensive player for Bluevale last year. And Nino seems to be the reader of the two, and Skip Weber the much more aggressive player of the two at this point. The penalty was against Forest Heights, was declined, and we're now here with a 4th down situation for Forest Heights. The ball on the Bluevale 48-yard line. Back to punt is number 85, Ed Chappelle.
Didn't get all of that.
A weak punt off to the side, but a nice roll for Forest Heights. The ball down to the 10-yard line, where it's picked up by Jonathan Bonert, who cuts to the sideline. Normally that's called a rough play situation when you tackle around the head in that situation, but no flag this time. Tackle made by number 69, who I believe, where'd he go here? It's Bob Seafried. Yes, it is. Number 69, Bob Seafried.
Well, you always try to teach junior players to tackle low.
And Bob Seafried is a huge individual, a 265-pound junior football player.
At that size, he can do anything he wants to.
Forest Heights sets up in their defense with their 4-down lineman here. Bob Seafried is one of those 4 linemen. He plays both ways, of course. He's number 69 and on the strong side here. Crossbuck action. Ball goes to number 27, Jonathan Bonert. Nice tackle there by number 17 of the Junior Trojans, Wes Woodhall, the one defensive end. He was helped out on the play by number 19, Sam Kovac.
They had looking at reverse action there and fooled a few linebackers. They were in on the play, and that's good coaching to get everyone to do their job. It makes it easy for the person to get those extra yards.
2nd down, Bluevale. Oh, some early action there. The handoff goes on a strange-looking play to number 39, Rishi Prasad. Rishi is tripped up by the defense. The referees are talking, and there's a flag down.
Both teams are getting hurt by these penalties. Can't get anything sustained.
While we've got a moment here, we can tell you that the Bluevale offense is essentially Andrew Schwartz at center. The left side of the line is guard Adam Clare, tackle Chris Wolf, and left end Chris Roberts, number 66. The right side of the line is number 78, Denny Drumsikis. Number 55 is at tackle Kyle Fournier, and the right end is number 76, Trevor Wheeler.
Forest Heights were assessed the penalty, George. It's a bit of a break for Bluevale. Let's see if they can capitalize on this.
2nd down and 4 to go for Bluevale. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Play action.
Play action pass out here in the flat. Intended for number 39, Rishi Prasad. Ball falls incomplete.
Now they're in a tough position. You got 2nd and 4.
We're now at third.
Now you're third
down and 4.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of tricky stuff by either team. Here's the replay. Ball goes far overthrown to Rishi Prasad. We did see a draw play by Bluevale in this situation. And we've seen play action passes. Straight handoff over the left side. Doesn't look to be quite enough for a 1st down. Ball gets run out to the 34-yard line, and he needed the 35 for a 1st down.
In junior ball, there's always a preference for a quarterback, a young quarterback, to be able to throw right or his left. And right now we've seen most play action passes going to the right or down the middle. Nothing to the left yet. Maybe they're saving that for the 2nd half.
Well, we're at 4th down, 1.5 meters to go, and it looks as though the Bluevale Junior Knights are going to go for it. Play action this way, pitch this way, and here comes Jonathan Bonert, and he appears to have the 1st down.
Key block there made the difference.
I'm trying to pick up the number of number 78, which is a pulling lineman, Denny Drumsikis. Got out in front very nicely. Spotting on the play here. Pitch action right. Oh, we've lost him somewhere. Well, obviously they spotted him just short of the 1st down. Seemed to get over that 45, Tom.
I thought so. Of course, coaches will talk to the referees about spotting the ball at halftime, but both teams have taken a risk, and both teams have lost in this 1st half.
Well, A gutsy risk, but turnover against Bluevale. Ball now Forest Heights. First down on the Bluevale 35-yard line. Triple I, action right, looking for the little pro pass to the left end, and he hits him beautifully.
Lots of patience showed there by the quarterback. Pumped once, wasn't open, and he waited, and it was an excellent pass to the left tight end.
The tackle was made by number 9, Andy Allenson, but it was significantly after the play. The pass was completed to number 77, Rob Kovac.
Got some armchair quarterbacks in the stands there, too.
First down, Forest Heights on the Bluevale 20. Second man over the left side. Good, strong run.
They've been successful, that crossbuck action before.
That's number 49, Jamie Pietrasco again, one of their offensive captains for the Junior Trojans. Tom, the Bluevale kids are hanging in very well, but the size of this Forest Heights team and the pounding style of play of their offense seems to be wearing things down a bit.
It looks like it. That risk could be just that, a big risk.
We're at 2nd and 5 here, Forest Heights. Action over the left side again. And once again, a big, tough run. Straight ahead. This is number 39, Paul Gibson, their fullback. And it's going to be a first down, Forest Heights, with the ball on the Bluevale 5 or 6 yard line.
Watch Paul Gibson here. This man is a powerful runner. Doesn't say no. First year of football, even though he's in grade 10. Pretty smart guy. He's got an average of 78% too.
I think I had 78 once, Tom.
That was in driver education though, George.
Well, I think that was 2 marks that got totaled somehow. We're changing ends here, folks. Is there no score at the end of the first quarter of play? The wind advantage now shifts to the Bluevale Knights, but they're going to need it because it's going to be Forest Heights first down on the Bluevale 5 yard line. Tom, any generalizations after the first quarter?
Got to be impressed with both teams in terms of taking some risks. They came to win the game today. There's not very much conservative action.
Only a guy like Bob Pagan, phys ed head at Bluevale Collegiate, would appear out of nowhere with 2 warm copies for the 2 hardest working guys in the place. Thank you, Mr. Pagan.
He's got his hand stretched out, George. What does that mean?
Play action left. Ball straight ahead, and we have the first score of the game, a touchdown over the left guard tackle area of Forest Heights. I'm sure we'll get a replay on this, because from our vantage point up here...
Is that Mr. Gibson again?
It sure looked like his style.
See, number 69, are these sort of leading the charges here. That is a strong offensive line.
Well, number 69 is 265-pound Bob Seafried, and his tackle beside him is Frank Halsey.
Here we go.
Here's the replay, folks, of the action. Straight over the left side, number 39.
That's Paul
Gibson. Yeah. And the convert is spotted. Kicked by number 1, Nick Maxwell.
It is good.
And it is good, and we have a 7-0 game. The Forest Heights Junior Trojans have taken the early lead on the first play of the second quarter in this ball game.
I guess Mr. Carmichael might be second-guessing himself on that gamble, but both teams have.
Well,
that's the name of the game of football.
You can... There's an old phrase in football about Monday morning quarterbacks, and very few of us who have ever made the wrong decision on Monday morning after a game is over. The tough job is down there on the sidelines. Bluevale huddling up with their coaching staff here on the sidelines before this Forest Heights kickoff. It'll be interesting to see, Tom. The wind seems to have died down a little bit, but it's still a significant factor here, now favoring the Bluevale Knights in this second quarter.
Being 8-0, Bluevale have been behind 2 or 3 times this year and have never given up and have bounced back to get that 8-0 record.
Well, Nick Maxwell looks like he handles the kickoff duties as well. And here we go with the Trojan kickoff. It's a short one. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line and brought down almost immediately at about the 35-yard line is number 27, Jonathan Bonert.
Most teams have an option of doing the wedge up the middle or doing a little bit of a wall right or left. It looks like they're setting up something to the right, a bit of a wall.
It's Rishi Prasad, not Jonathan, with the ball.
Nicely set up, and somebody penetrated. Excellent penetration.
Great tackle on the play by number 43 of the Trojans, and that's John Harlock again. That young man, Tom, has made several real fine defensive tackles.
Looks like the rain's coming down a little bit more, George.
A few umbrellas going up here amongst the thousands of fans at Seagram Stadium today.
Another flag on the play. It's in the backfield, so it's got to be some kind of illegal motion.
Well, the referees will talk to the captains of the junior Trojans. It's obviously against Bluevale.
19 points scored against this Forest Heights defense all year.
Wow.
Bluevale have got their work cut out for them, and a penalty like this does not help at all.
Well, we're going to be a second down and 20 meters to go situation. We're in the middle of the second quarter, early in the second quarter, pardon me, about 11 minutes to go in the second quarter here at beautiful Seagram Stadium. Saturday afternoon, November the 13th, in the County Junior Football Championship game. Handoff over the right side, and here's an acceleration for Rishi Prasad, and he could go.
It was going to happen.
This looks like a long touchdown. There are no flags thrown. There are no clips or late plays. Ladies and gentlemen, score now, Forest Heights 7, Bluevale 6, and we'll be in a convert situation.
George, as I said earlier, that man was running with authority, and something was going to happen, and it did. That goes at least 60 yards.
On the replay, Tom, we'll see just a straight handoff to the right side, and the ball goes to Rishi Prasad. Jonathan Bonert leads the blocks. Doesn't have to hit anybody. Rishi just breaks it to the outside and outruns the safety, number 11 of Forest Heights Junior Trojans, Ash Mohammed.
For a play like that to develop, you've got to thank your blocking. The people who did the job to make him look good.
Convert situation, snap is good, the hold is good, and Nino Arasanen puts it through. Bluevale Junior Knights tie the ball game here with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, 7-7 score.
Well, that's what makes this Bluevale team so good, is they do not quit.
I wonder how much psychologically, Tom, rain, wind, and so on are a factor with young boys like this in a football game.
I think it's a factor in the early part of the year, but these guys are winners. They've demonstrated that, both teams, all year long. They've played in adverse situations, and I don't think it'll affect either team.
Well, we'll now take a look here at the Bluevale kickoff on their own 45-yard line. Forest Heights does not employ any unusual return situation here. Their men are well spread. Sometimes teams tend to bunch up a lot and put people closer to the front restraining line.
I guess they need a tee to kick.
Looks like we have a little delay here. Nino Arasanen, the inside linebacker of the Bluevale Junior Knights, is also their place kicker. And he would certainly appear to be going to handle the kickoff duties.
Let's see if Forest Heights sets up a wall similar to Bluevale, or would they like to go right up the middle? Personally, in weather conditions like this, George, when it's a little slippery, I like to just go up the middle and get as many yards as you can.
Well, Tom, you never were anything but a straight-ahead type of guy. Not very subtle at all.
Thank you.
Arasanen approaches the ball, and we're underway here. The kick will be received by number 4 of the Junior Trojans, Ishak Sashu.
Good field position for the Forest Heights team.
And a real nice tackle by the Bluevale defensive player, number 52, Mike Selberg. He's their nose tackle on defense. And on the replay, we'll see Sashu start right and head back up the middle. And number 52, Selberg, good recovery, nice tackle.
Good change of direction.
Well, center picks up the ball and puts it back down again. Cross-cut action.
Bluevale have seen that before.
The can't pick up a tackler here. We have number 54 near the ball, and that's
number 57 made that tackle, George.
57 is Fraser Sweet. Well done, Fraser. Skip Weber also near the ball in that play.
I bet we'll see a sweep action here, George.
Okay, action is left. Quarterback gives to the second man, and that would appear to be number 49, Jamie Pietrasco again. The gain looks like it's going to be in the neighborhood of about 5 yards. It'll make it third down, and about 5 to go for the Junior Trojans.
That off-tackle play was so successful for them last week against Grand River Collegiate. They just hammered away and ate up the clock in the fourth quarter.
When you have Bob Seafried at left guard and Frank Halsey at left tackle, both way over 200 pounds, it doesn't take much insight to just blow straight ahead and run behind those two horses. Legal motion. We have number 49, who was the ball carrier, and that's Jamie Pietrasco. I'm impressed, Tom, with this Bluevale defense. Despite being much smaller than the offensive counterparts of Forest Heights, there are some real hitters on this on the Bluevale defense. I'm particularly starting to notice number 54, Malcolm Bartlett, Fraser Sweet, number 73, Jeremy Steffler, Mike Selberg at nose tackle. Kids like that really have come up and put the nose on people.
Yeah, let's look at this replay, because watch this hit. It's good pursuit. This is a powerful runner. There's a good example of what we're talking about, George. Good fundamentals.
And that was number 62, Nino Arasinen, who made that hit, and it was a good square on, take him down in your spot kind of hit.
That's the fundamental you coach against. There was.
The penalty on the play was accepted by the Bluevale Junior Knights. Makes it third down now, Forest Heights, and 9 meters to go. Ball's on the 41-yard line. Drop back pass action. Swing out in the flat here.
Doesn't look like it's going to go for much. Slowly developing play. A little swing action pass to the right-hand side. One of the few times they've thrown the ball this afternoon. As a matter of fact, the only time.
On the replay, you'll see that the ball goes to number 29, Jeremy Sweet, and just a swing action out here into the right flat. And another open field tackle by number 41, Wes Farrar. This is a difficult skill to make an open field tackle that cleanly, and Wes Farrar has now made 2 of them very, very well.
The wind's picking up, the rain's coming down. It's not very nice out right now.
Ed Chappelle goes back to punt again, punting into the wind this time, and a noticeable difference, much shorter kick. Rishi Prasad catches the ball, gets it to midfield, managed to avoid the downfield tackle of number 91, the offensive center, Kevin Springall.
George, I notice a difference in terms of when Forest Heights punts and when Bluevale punts. Bluevale, when Forest Heights are punting, they're trying to put pressure on the kicker, and Forest Heights, on the other hand, are content to set up a wall.
Any particular preference for yourself, Tom, or does it depend on personnel and so on?
They're 2 different styles. It's interesting to watch it. They're both successful. That's what makes football interesting.
Well, I formation Bluevale, fumbled snap, and it appears that it could go either way here. 67, Bluevale has recovered the fumble, and 67 is the center, Andrew Schwartz.
Looks like there was a poor quarterback-center exchange there.
That'll make it second down, Bluevale. The ball now just on their own side of center. We have a 7-7 tie here in the middle of the second quarter.
They'd like to do play-action pass sometimes in these situations. They've been going to their right.
A delayed handoff to Rishi Prasad, trying to go wide right.
Wide off tackle.
Good pursuit there by number 43 again, my friend John Harlock.
The replay will show, as Kevin Adams told me earlier this week, that they're so proud of their defensive pursuit and their reaction that's made them successful. Linebacker reaction well.
You see 21 also coming up. That's defensive halfback, Jeremy Zimmerman, who was around the ball at about the timing you want out of a defensive back. Pass situation out in the flat here to Jonathan Bonert, and it's not complete, off the fingertips.
Well read by number 17.
Forest Heights number 17 is actually a defensive end who also plays almost an outside linebacker type position, Wes Woodall.
Wes is in his second year of football in grade 10. He also plays hockey and baseball.
Amazing the way you can keep these facts in your head, Tom. I'm delighted to have you here.
I stayed up all night memorizing this.
I think that would be a struggle for you. It'll be fourth down. Bluevale, ball on their own 53-yard line. They actually lost a meter or so on the 3 previous attempts, so it'll be a punt situation. And it looks like number 62, Nino Arasinen.
A little more interesting. Almost blocked that time.
Yes, it was. And Isak Shashu fields the ball, gets out wide on this side. And a real nice downfield tackle, open field tackle by number 39, the running back of Bluevale, Rishi Prasad. Good return by Ishak Sashu.
Excellent. Watch Forest Heights now has decided to put some pressure on. Number 69 almost blocked it.
That's Bob Seafried. That's a tough catch for
sure was.
Mr. Sashu.
Watch him put his head into this. He is not afraid of contact.
It'll be first down, Forest Heights. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Sweep action left, and the pitch goes to Jeremy Lewis.
A lot of potential in that play.
The tackle, in on the tackle for Bluevale was number 9, Andy Allenson again. I'm impressed, Tom, by young Jeremy Lewis, who runs most of the wide stuff for Forest Heights. He does not simply end up running to the sidelines. He definitely cuts back upfield.
Yeah, that block was missed. It could have made a big difference.
2nd and 5, Forest Heights. Triple I again. Second man. Jamie Pietrasco breaks it up the middle. We're in trouble here, folks. Good job, Jamie.
Flag on the play, George.
We have a flag. But Jamie Pietrasco, just the second man, fake to the first man, give off tackle to the second, and Jamie breaks it upfield here for approximately 25 yards. It's going to come back. A holding call against the offensive unit of the Forest Heights Junior Trojans. On the replay, let's see if we can spot it, folks. Sweep action left. Well, certainly not there, but
not there. Unfortunate. Talking about Jeremy Lewis earlier, George, saying he's getting all the wide stuff. Jeremy Lewis runs so hard, and he's a first-year junior. He's a grade 9 student, and he's a transfer from the States. He's played there for U.S., and he's very quick. He ran in track at Laurentian School and won 2 bronze in the county.
Wow. Same play action pass to the left end again. Worked earlier. Andy Allenson makes the tackle, but unfortunately for Bluevale, it's a repeat of the earlier pro pass to the left end.
I know Carmichael was afraid of this, having watched him scout the game last week. They do a motion right and a look in left. It's very effective.
The pass was completed somehow to Paul Gibson. There we see obviously a Paul Gibson fan on the television screen right now, number 39. Good choice, young lady. We're first down, Forest Heights, ball on their own 51-yard line. Action left, give to the second man, Jamie Pietrasco over the left tackle. Looks like a gain of approximately 3 meters on the play.
Jamie Pietrasco is carrying the ball very often, very effectively this afternoon.
We have actually seen more passing than we might have predicted out of this Forest Heights team, Tom, although they've been swing passes and pro passes to the tight end and so on. Sweep action left. Gang tackled by Bluevale defense.
Number 29, Jeremy Lewis, the ball carrier.
There's no gain on the play as Jeremy Lewis was brought down in virtually the same spot as the play originated.
No gain on the play.
On occasion here, I've noticed, George, that some of the line that are pulling are looking for the DB as opposed to the obvious one, and they're the people that are making the tackles.
They should be picking up people closer to the line of scrimmage, Tom, the linebackers.
It would appear, I'm not sure what the concept is and whether you hit inside or outside or deep, but whatever's happening on the sweeps, it may break in the future. But
we have a timeout called at the moment. Bluevale Junior Knights are over at their bench. The Forest Heights Trojans are still on the field. We're here in the second quarter at Seagram Stadium. The score is 7-7 between the Forest Heights Junior Trojans in the brown sweaters and the Bluevale Junior Knights, the defending WCSSAA Junior Football Champions, in the maroon sweaters. The head coaches, Kevin Adams at Forest Heights and Doug Carmichael at Bluevale Collegiate, are certainly talking to their kids here, trying to get them to realize that there are 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first half of play, that a turnover or a significant big play at this point could be very, very important. The weather conditions are certainly not improving, Tom, as we have rain falling and the wind blowing. Third down, Forest Heights. Hand off to the first man, straight ahead, left side.
Got to be Gibson.
Looks like Paul Gibson, and it's going to be very, very close to a first down. I said left side. Obviously, the quarterback pivoted to the right side of the offensive line. They ran the ball behind number 55, Brian Bryan, a 220-pound offensive lineman, and number 17, the right tackle, Wes Woodall.
Big first down, George. Big first down. That's the faith that this coaching staff have in the line. It's third and long, and they go right up the middle to Gibson.
Number 91, Kevin Springall, is making sure that ball is not muddy or wet. Pitch this time to Jeremy Lewis, coming wide to the right side. And a good contain action by the outside linebacker on this side. And a good fill from inside. Number 49 involved in the tackle is Skip Weber.
Good march carried on right now by Forest Heights Trojans.
They're marching into the wind, Tom, and the ball is now on the Bluevale 44-yard line. It's second down and about 6.5 yards to go for a first down. Forest Heights, as you said, has an excellent march going. Kevin Springall over the ball. Quarterback Nick Maxwell will take the snap. Give to the first man on the left side. It's number 39, Paul Gibson. And I'm sure there's a young lady in the stands who's still quite pleased to see number 39 getting the ball and getting the success with it that he has been.
It's probably not his sister.
You always did have uncanny insight, Mr. Connolly. On the replay, Tom, I think you'll see how simple this is. Just straight give to the first man on the left side, and he just tries to pick an opening and slants to the left. Paul Gibson. Second down, 1 yard to go. Second man, Jamie Pietrasco this time.
They're pounding away. The line's starting to show their stuff right now, George, as they're famous for doing this year.
Well, Tom, I think most coaches in high school football would be delighted to have a senior line the size and surprisingly enough, the quickness of this Forest Heights offensive line. They get off the ball very well. Another timeout called here, by the way, by the Bluevale Junior Knights, and wisely so, as the coach Doug Carmichael tries to find a way to slow this march down before the end of the first half here. We have the ball on the Bluevale 27-yard line. It'll be first down Forest Heights with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go in the first half. 7-7 the score in this Waterloo County Junior Football Championship game for 1993.
A lot's been said about the size and the skill of the Forest Heights line. And a lot of that has to be credited to John Allis, the line coach. And he's the seasoned veteran of the coaching crew there. We'll say a little bit more about the other coaches shortly.
Well, John Allis must be very, very proud of his offensive linemen here at Forest Heights, because they certainly are blowing off the ball with good form, good technique, and good quickness. We're now looking at a Forest Heights first down, 1 minute and 44 seconds to go in the first half. The score tied 7-7. Nick Maxwell over the ball. Give to the first man on the left side, and that would be number 39 again, Paul Gibson. The gain will be approximately 5 meters.
Nothing fancy, right up the middle or right off tackle. They haven't done anything much more than that. And I know through the grapevine that that's exactly what Carmichael expected.
Quick count here. They obviously called 2 plays, and they're off the mark again. This time it's the second man going off tackle. He spilled pretty good, and maybe if we've got a replay on this one, we'll see somebody submarining number 49, Jamie Pietrasco.
It did catch Bluevale a little bit short on this.
That was number 9, Andy Allenson, who got him quickly, but they're quick counting here. They're no huddle offense. Here's Nick Maxwell over the ball again. Straight handoff to Paul Gibson, who trips over something and is down right away.
That timeout that was called obviously was to set up a few plays with no huddle, and that has caught Bluevale a little bit short, but they're reacting quite well now.
Well, they've just gone dive left, off tackle left, so let's see what happens. Now it's off tackle right. And this time we have a penetrating linebacker, number 62, Nino Arasinen, who runs right into the play and makes a good hard tackle.
This hurry-up offense was successful the first play, but the remaining two have not been that successful.
Again, no huddle. Same formation, triple I formation. Motion right out of George Barnard, the flanker. Nick Maxwell, pro pass to the right end. Completed. And very close to a touchdown. Looks like number 31, Frank Halsey, but we'll have to wait here.
Hope we see the replay on this, George. He made a superb catch. It was thrown not very well, but he hung in there. Let's see. We're looking at the right side here.
It's number 90, Steve Wood, who makes the reception.
Good hands, Steve Wood.
It was good hands. We have another timeout called on the play. The Bluevale Knights head to the sidelines. The Forest Heights quarterback, Nick Maxwell, is the only Trojan player to head to the sidelines to talk to head coach Kevin Adams, pardon me.
That tight end, Steve Wood, superb cast there. He's also in grade 10. It's first year of football. He plays select baseball for the city. He's a pitcher that sort of not surprising with those good hands of his, and he also has an average of 85%.
Rather all well-rounded young man, Tom. The timeouts are over. The teams are returning to the field. The situation will be quite simple. 53 seconds left here in the first half. The Forest Heights Trojans have marched the ball right down the field, have a first down situation on the Bluevale 2-yard line. I'm sure that coaches Dennis Bailey, Jeff Smith, and Doug Carmichael of Bluevale are hoping for the proverbial fumble, interception, or big turnaround play on the part of their junior defense on the field. Nick Maxwell keeps it himself, goes straight ahead behind this huge offensive line who just blows people back. And they're into the end zone for the second Forest Heights touchdown of the day on a quarterback keeper by number 1, the offensive captain, Nick Maxwell. On the replay, Tom, what do you see?
Well, I see that they went to the people that got them into the championship, their line. Much confidence. Straight ahead, it's the first time they've done that today. Very impressive drive by Forest Heights. They used the pro pass to get them out of jams.
Convert situation. Kick is good. The kicker was number 1, Nick Maxwell, the quarterback. And that puts the score to Forest Heights 14, the Bluevale Collegiate Junior Knights 7. We have 51 seconds remaining in the first half of this Waterloo County 1993 Junior Football Championship game.
It's always nice to go into the dressing room having scored in the last minute of the game. It'd be interesting to see how Bluevale emotionally responds to that kind of a downer.
Well, to me, Tom, one of the significant factors was the fact that Forest Heights had this drive into a rather significant wind with some rain in the wind and so on. The Trojans drove the ball right down the field into the teeth of that wind.
Well, as Kevin Adams said earlier this week, rain is no factor for them. They really don't care. They're a running game. But again, they didn't have to throw the ball far, but very effectively to their tight ends in key situations.
Tom, have we missed anything or not? The only passes that I can recall Forest Heights throwing have been those pro passes to their tight ends or swing passes to Jeremy Lewis out in the flat and so on. Nothing down the middle deep. No down and out type patterns.
Well, when you have a strong running game, you get the linebackers trying to penetrate a little bit more, and on occasion you get caught. And their pro passes have been well timed, and I'm sure Bluevale will adjust after the half.
Kickoff by Nick Maxwell is a squib kick, a bouncer. It'll be fielded by Rishi Prasad. Jonathan Bonert coming this way, a reverse handoff, and Bonert breaks the tackle and has a chance. But a good recovery by number 29, Jeremy Lewis, who makes the tackle on the play.
Well, there they go. They do not quit, as they're famous for this year. They're looking a little surprise reverse in slippery conditions and almost broke it, George.
The thousands of fans in the stands are partially covered by umbrellas and obviously enjoying this immensely.
42 seconds left with the majority of the field to go. Let's see what happens here.
One of quarterback Mike White's favorite targets has been number 76, Trevor Wheeler, the right end on Bluevale Junior Knights. And Trevor Wheeler was running a deep pass pattern down the middle that time, but in the meantime, we had a sack of the quarterback by number 69, Big Bob Seafried.
Tackle made by number 69, Bob Seafried.
We're down to 35 seconds to go. Bluevale will be second down. Ball, thanks to the sack by Bob Seafried, now on the 34-yard line. Forest Heights still with their 4-5-3 kind of defensive alignment. They have only 3 defensive backs, but they're now playing 15 to 20 yards off the ball, just looking for the deep pass and trying to take that away. There's a little shovel pass to number 39, Rishi Prasad.
A little something different.
Pardon me, to number 30, and I believe that's Chris Scott.
The replay here, George.
Mike White starts to drop back.
Play out of the Wilfrid Laurier playbook this year. Very successful for the Golden Hawks. Not
number
so
55, Brian obviously ruined the success of it for the Bluevale Knights. Looks like the final play of the half here, Tom. The minute flag has gone down, and it'll be a third down and 20 meters to go situation for the Bluevale Junior Knights. 14-7 the score. Last play of the first half. Quarterback Mike White over the ball. Triple flanker left for Bluevale. Rishi Prasad tries to sneak out the right side, but obviously it fooled nobody. People stayed home. It looks like Brian again, who made the tackle on the play. The first half is over.
Looking at the replay here, George. Prasad going out, a little bit of a swing pass. Good reaction by the defensive stalwarts at Forest Heights. Forest Heights coming off the field very enthusiastic. Greeted by a large majority of Forest Heights fans here. Bluevale walking quietly to the end zone. They're going to gather their thoughts and get a strategy together.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first half is over here in the 1993 Junior Football Waterloo County Championship game. Score once again, Forest Heights Junior Trojans 14, Bluevale Junior Knights 7, and we'll be back in a moment with the start of the second half.